Hey girls and boys, it's Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. So this video is for you if you'd like to go over the Tuesday word problem on volume and converting the liters into milliliters, okay? So it's optional if you really feel like you did well and don't have any questions. That's fine, but if you're not sure, you want to check your work and see how I did it, then this will be a brief, it won't be too long video about that. All right, so here we go. So the word problem, actually, I would like you to check, if you still here, check your answer on this because did anybody just, for this first one, add 251 plus 381 to get your answer? Because actually that wouldn't be correct. All right, let me explain why. And did anybody do it differently? All right, so let's take a look. It says that Matt's fish tank has 251 liters of water in it. Okay, all right, so I can understand that. He adds some more water. It doesn't tell us how much he adds. Okay, so one way we could think of that is 251, he adds some more water. We don't know how much. Now there are 381 liters of water. So after he adds some water, it gets us to 381. But we don't know how much he added. The question is, how much water did Matt add to the fish tank? So the question mark is what we're looking for. If we add 251 plus 381, we're going to get way too big of an answer. That's not what the question is asking us. Okay, so another way of thinking about this, okay, if that's still a little confusing, let's say that this is the fish tank, all right? And let's say that right now there are, let's say that this represents 251 liters, okay? And then he adds some more. So now there's 381 liters. What we don't know is how much did he add? I'm going to put little question marks in here. We don't know how much he added, right? But if we add 251 on top of 381, that's not going to give us the answer. That doesn't make any sense, right? So we have to find the difference between these two numbers, right? We have to find the difference between here and here. What is between here and here? All right, so there's different ways we can think about that. We can think of it as addition. 251 plus what gets me to 381? I could actually do that in my head, boys and girls. Not like by any tricks, but if you look at it, if I jump up 100, right, so I'll show you on the number line. If I'm at 251, if I jump up 100 in my head, then I know I'm at 351. That's not hard. And then I only need to get to 381. So if I just hop another 30, there's my answer, 130. Okay? Or you could have actually done it as 381, take away 251, which is another way of showing difference. And you get the same answer. Okay? Either way, it's 100. He must have added 130 liters of water. Okay. And then the next question, pretty straightforward. There's 859 liters of water, and he takes out 340. Right? So I'll do it in a different color. 859 minus 340. Did you get 519? Okay. Again, boys and girls, I could have done this in my head. I only point this out because sometimes you just don't have a pencil and paper or a calculator, right? So if I start at 859 and I jump back 300, I'm at 559, and then I just have to go back 40. So 559 minus 40, I'm just looking at the tens place. There's a 5 there, so that changes to a 1. So now I get 519. Okay, just another way of thinking about it. All right, so let's take a look at your liters to milliliters, okay? All right, so I think the first few were pretty straightforward. We know that for every 1 liter, there's 1,000 milliliters, right? So if there's 6 liters and you multiply that times 1,000, so 6 times 1,000 gives you 6,000 milliliters, right? 30 times 1,000 is 30 thousands, okay? And 52, it's a bigger number, but it's still just 52,000, okay? Number 4 gets a little bit more challenging. All right, so he drinks 1 liter and 453 milliliters. So how many milliliters is that? So we know that 1 liter is 1,000, right? We can think of that as 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. And there's also 453. So you can do that in your head, right? 1,000 plus 453 would just be 1,453 milliliters. Okay? All right. The next one, a little bit more challenging. They used up 8 liters and 392 milliliters of water. Okay, so 8 liters, we know that's going to be 8,000 milliliters. And we also have 392 milliliters. So if we add those up, you get 8,392 milliliters. Okay? All right, and then there's one more. So this one was the most challenging because you're going from milliliters to liters, okay? So it's the same idea though, right? In fact, if you look back at your reference chart, 2,000 milliliters is going to be just 2 liters, okay? So we have 2,000, which if we break that up into 1,000 and 1,000, that's 1 liter and another liter, and then we still have 188, right? So we have 2 liters and 188 milliliters. Okay, gets a little bit crazy, right? But just the whole point is to remember that liters, right, are a lot bigger than milliliters. They're very small, and that they're used to measure liquid, and that there's 1,000 milliliters in every liter. All right, boys and girls, hope this was helpful. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.